That was an amazing concert. I have really started to like this group. I wish I could buy their merchandise.
Yeah, maybe you can try searching in some Facebook groups.
Oh no, not Facebook groups again. I was scammed there last time, and it's always so hard to find what I'm looking for.
To solve problems like this, we introduced a new platform, TKP. Trade can be possible. TKP is a platform that integrates buying, selling, exchanging, and renting into one system. In today's social media era, everyone owns various items, resources, or even skills, but many of them end up wasted or unused because there is no suitable place to share or trade them. Some people want to buy but cannot find sellers. Some want to rent but have no idea where to look. Others are willing to exchange items, but the information is scattered across different groups and forms, making the process inefficient. Our goal is to create a platform that connects items and needs more quickly and transparently. TKP provides an environment where users can match with what they need in a fast, clear, and secure way. Users can easily find items they are looking for, or turn their unused belongings into something valuable. On this platform, users can effortlessly list their items and choose whether they want to exchange them, sell them, or rent them out. The system then helps connect them with suitable users based on their needs. TKP also displays all seller-provided information, ensuring that each transaction is safer and more trustworthy.
Hey, after explaining all of that, let me show you how it actually works in action. First, let's take a look at our login interface. You can choose to create a new account or simply log in with an existing one. Although you can browse everyone's item without login, all interactive features require an account, so we recommend signing up first, so you can upload your own items and start interacting. Now, let's move on to the main features of our platform: buying, trading, and renting. You can freely switch between these three sections to explore the item people have uploaded. If you want to see more, just click Next Page to jump ahead. We also offer a search function. Each item comes with hashtags that indicate its themes and category. So you can search not only by item name or seller name, but also by hashtags. If you spot something you like, simply click the interactive button to notify the seller. Once the seller accepts your request, you can start contacting each other. Of course, you are always free to reach out first if you prefer. Nothing is restricted. Next, let's talk about trading, which is a bit different from buying and renting. Because trading usually requires both sides to confirm what they are willing to exchange, we encourage users to upload a few items they are opening trading as a seller, even if they are not selling or renting anything at the moment. That way, when you want to reach out to someone, you can directly select an item from your own list to offer. If you have additional items you will consider trading but didn't upload, you can also leave a message to let the other person know. Once they accept the request, you can move on to the communication stage. And don't worry, once the seller marks the transaction as completed, the item will automatically be removed from your inventory, so you won't accidentally trade it again. Okay, and now let's talk about the seller side. How do you upload an item? After clicking upload, you can choose the type of listing you want to create: selling, trading, or renting. Then just enter the item name, a short description, the price, and a photo. If you are posting a trade item, you can also specify what you are hoping to trade for. Also, make sure to check your management list regularly. You can always see if anyone has shown interest in your item or if someone has offered a potential trade. You can choose to accept or decline their request, and they will receive your response. After that, you can start contacting each other to discuss the detail of the transaction. Once everything is settled, remember to mark the item as completed so the transaction has a proper ending. If you delete an item, don't worry, the notification center will label that item as deleted. And you can use the one-click delete feature to clear out any unnecessary notifications. The notification center will also organize everything for you into categories like pending, accepted, completed, rejected, and cancelled. It's all very easy to follow. For completed transactions, the items marked as completed will be stored in your item history, so nothing gets mixed up or lost. And lastly, the most important part, remember to fill out your personal profile. Make sure all your contact information is correct, so both sides can reach each other smoothly. Before showing the code, here is a consolidated overview of the key API design in TKP. Our main modules, items, transactions, exchanges, and comments are all built around a clear CRUD structure, but each of them also included extend logic beyond basic create, read, update, and delete. For example, items supports image upload through GridFS. Transactions handle users' interest with stat update, and exchanges including proposal handling, deduplication, and messaging. We also implemented role-based routing. Enable sellers to manage items and response while regular users browse items and receive notifications. In addition to the core CRUD operations, our system also including enhanced features such as cascading delete for maintaining consistency, server-side search and pagination, and permission-verified batch deletion.
This is the ERD of our system. We have 5 main collections: users, item, transactions, exchange, and item comments, plus the GridFS collection for image storage. Each item belongs to a user, so Seller ID links them to the user collection. When a user expresses interest, we create a record in the transaction collection, which links the item, the owner, and the buyer. For exchange, we store the target item and the list of proposed item in exchange collection, along with the proposer and the target item's owner. Comments are stored separately in the item comments collection and linked by item ID. Finally, the images are stored in GridFS, which split each file into FS file and FS structs. This structure keeps item information clean, supports multi-item exchange logic, and makes cascading operation easier when items get updated or deleted. First, let's look at how we handle image upload. In our project, we use MongoDB GridFS for image storage. When the user uploads an image through post/item/upload, the file is automatically split into chunks and stored in GridFS. Second, this section covers how we implement the delete operation in CRUD. When a user deletes an item, we also need to synchronize that deletion in both transactions and exchange. First, we retrieve the item from the database using its ID and make sure that the current user actually owns it. Next, we perform a soft delete by setting its status to cancel using update 1. This allows the rest of the system to know that the item is no longer available instantly. After that, we need to make sure that all related transactions or exchange are handled properly. Our first update menu call cancels all ongoing transactions, including buy and rental, that are still in pending, contacted, or accepted status. We batch update them by marking the status as cancel and adding the cancellation reason. The second update menu call handles all exchange record, since an item can appear either as the target item or inside the list of proposed items. We use the $or condition to catch both cases and cancel all pending or accepted exchange requests in one step. Finally, once all cascading updates are complete, we call item.deleteDB to perform the actual deletion, including cleanup tasks. After that, we show a success message and redirect the user back to the item page. This design ensures data consistency, prevents offense record, and keeps all related workflows synchronized. Third, we are going to talk about the multi-item exchange feature and the deduplication algorithm used in our exchange model, which corresponds to the create operation in CRUD. This API is responsible for creating an exchange request, and it supports proposing multi-items at once. We begin by receiving the target item and the list of proposed items, and we validate that all required fields are provided, the IDs are valid, and that the target item actually exists in the database. Then we verify that every proposed item is owned by the current user. If not, we reject the request. To prevent duplicate exchange requests, we apply a duplication strategy by storing the proposed item ID. Even if the user submits the item in a different order, it still counts as the same exchange proposal. For inserting, we check if the same combination has already been submitted. Finally, we insert the exchange document with a pending status and return a new exchange ID. Fourth, this part covers our user seller do-side routing, which corresponds to the read operation in CRUD through a role-based response. We use the same route and return different dataset based on the user role. For sellers, the system shows response for others, meaning all the interest and exchange offers received for their item. For regular users, the system shows the notification they receive, including the buy, rent request, and exchange proposal they have sent. Instead, both sides share the same route, and the backend dynamically returns the appropriate dataset depending on who is logged in. We also implement server-side search and pagination for the item list. When the user types into the search bar, the frontend sends a queue parameter to the same listing route, and the backend builds a dynamic MongoDB query using a case-insensitive regular expression. User can search by item name, item tags, or seller username. If a keyword matches a username, we look up the corresponding user in the user's collection, convert the result into a seller ID, and include it as a part of our search condition. All possible matches are then combined with MongoDB $or calls. After filtering, the results are stored by create@, either ascending or descending depending on the selected, and then paginating using page or per page. Finally, this part is about batch delete and manage response, where we apply the delete operation in CRUD to remove records that are no longer valid because their associated items have already been deleted. Batch delete is a server-indicated action that allows servers to clean up cancel or eliminated response by removing them from the database. On the front end, a record can only be selected for deletion when an associated item no longer exists, if the item is still available. The checkbox is disabled, ensuring that active record cannot be deleted accidentally. Although the front end appears to support deleting multi-record at once, the backend does not use delete many. Instead, it processes each select ID one by one, converting it into an object ID, verifying that the current server has permission to delete that record, and then calling delete one only if the record is valid. This prevents unauthorized deletion and ensures that servers cannot delete record belonging to others. In this project, we adopt a task and model-oriented collaboration model. Each member was responsible for multi-types of tasks rather than being limited to a single technical layer. And below is our detailed division of work. By using this task-oriented approach, the three of us were able to work across the front-end, back-end, and database in parallel. And that's our project, TKP. Thank you for being part of this journey and exploring our system with us.